Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is set up his spine, and then once we've got that, I'm going to then start setting up his arms. I'm just going to slowly move my way through. Alright, so we left off where we could move his feet, control his knees, set up set driven keys for that, made sure his IK handlers were set up for his legs. Alright, we're going to jump in. We're going to look at his beautiful spine. Hell yeah. I might need to actually sit in this one. Hell yeah. Okay, we're going to use our spine, or spline, IK. So I'm going to go from my waist to his base of his neck. I believe that one there. Bam. Alright. If I jump in here and select that. Like, Jamie, what can we do? We can't do anything. That's because we need to set up our clusters, which we have previously created. So therefore we're going to go show, and we're going to hide our nerve curves. Show, actually we don't need to hide the nerve curves, I'm just doing that. Hide our joints. Show, hide our IKs. We want our nerve curves back because I'm crazy, because I want that curve because it created a nerve curve. Alright, this is what we're actually going to control. So this is actually the important part of our spine. Okay, so we're going to control. No, we're going to right click, hold control vertex. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to select these little pink points, and I'm going to go, hey, we want to create a cluster. All right, we're then going to press G for each new one. Control vertex, select that, G. Control vertex, select that, G. Control vertex, select that, G. So this is going to be what moves our spine, okay? We can't control it without that. We're then going to jump into our side view. We're going to create a little arrow out of our beautiful nub. So we're going to create a circle, okay? Right click, control, and we're going to select different parts of this bad boy, and we're going to bring them in. We're going to create like a really basic, should be another point down here somewhere. There he is. Hard to see. Really basic little arrow. Okay. Cool, so we got like a little tiny arrow. He's cute, okay? He's an adorable arrow. I'm going to bring him down because he doesn't need to be that big. Alright, so the first one, I'm going to go V, and I'm going to snap him to this point here. Control D, V, snap him to this point here. D, V. So Control D, by the way. This point here. Control D, V. At that point there. And then I'm going to select all of them. So Shift, select these bad boys out. Bring them out because they are our spine. You can rename them from here and also freeze their transforms. So I'm going to freeze all their transforms, all they're selected together. Okay, so they're all frozen out. So they're all zeroed out. The reason we zero things out is because once we hit 0, we can then do a bunch of things. Once you set up your clusters, you don't want to delete your deform history. You can delete you can go edit, delete by type history, but if you delete your non-deformer history, these are deformers. So delete by type non-deformer history. It'll remove the history of these guys, and you'll have to remake your clusters. Just warning you, just in case you do it. Alright, so this NURB circle, what is this NURB circle going to be? So this is going to be, we'll just say, spine underscore controller 1. Got the underscore between the numbers, but it's okay. It's okay. Alright, so now we've got these all set up. We're then going to grab from this scene here, because we can actually see shit, this controller, shift, select this, this cluster, then select this NURB circle, and we're going to parent them together. So we're going to select the cluster, select the NURB, parent it together, select the cluster, oh shit. No. No, 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 no. Bastard. 2 of them are correct. 2 of them are not correct. Lucky. Lucky we know that. What am I doing? Why did I do that? I wanted W. There we go. Why did you not do your thing to the spine? Alright, cool. So, V. Oh, you're snapping to the hand. Okay. I'm just going to freeze them from there. YOLO. Make sure they're in the center. Alright. We're then going to parent that one. And last but not least, parent that one. Okay. So now we can see that we have control over different parts of our spine. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. So that's just our like root joint. Don't worry about that one. Okay, cool. So then I'm going to parent these going down in a hierarchy fashion. You don't have to do this because technically we probably don't want it to do that. So actually don't parent it. Control C, ignore that. I would normally parent some of them together. So, but because we might want to be able to do that without. Yeah, we're going to want to be able to do that without. So we're going to not worry about parenting these guys together. We'll parent them to the base controller. That way, if we move the base controller, then that all moves together. That works. Alright, saving. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, from there, we're going to want some basic hip control. So I'm going to bring us back. So show both of them. Cool. Alright, so I'm going to set up some controllers to control this. Okay, so I'm going to create a nub. Bam. V, snap it to our hip. Is that snapping to our hip? No, that is not snapping to our hip. There we go. Okay, so this one here is going to be our main controller. Everything else is going to get connected to this one, and then there's also going to be a oops shit. Control D. Another one, but on the ground. Beneath him. Alright. So this one here is going to be the main one that everything will get parented to. So we're going to root underscore controller. Okay. This one here, I'm going to freeze it after I edit it. So I'm going to say control vertex. I'm going to select that part, that part, that part, and that part. Press R, bring it in. It's going to create a star. So this is going to be our directional elements. Alright. Cool. We can technically set these up to be colored later. I'll worry about that later. Alright, so this bad boy here. I'm going to freeze his transform. And he is going to be our hip controller. It's going to control everything to do with our hips, okay? The only problem is we can't parent this to that because it will break our parent with our root joint, okay? So therefore, we want to be able to move some things. So this already moves us forward, back, left, right. Okay. So I'm going to select all of these, shift select that, parent them to this. Okay. So now we can do this. We can do this. And then we've got individual control regardless. So, alright, cool. So they control all of that. So we can either select them individually or we can grab them as a cluster. Okay? So that is that one. That is now how you control your spine. The other thing is, before I jump out of this one, before we get to the arm part, is to be able to control the head, you'll want a circle. Bam, nerd. Alright. This bad boy, I'm going to bring over here. Hang on. Press D. I'm going to bring it down for the base of the neck. Okay. That joint there is like, in case we want to parent a hat as well, / give us more control over our head. So, now we're just going to make that go there. Alright. So I'm going to select this circle. I'm going to shift select this here, and I'm going to parent the circle to that. That way, if we move that, that moves with us. And it's all hunky-dory. We then want it so that if we rotate this, that is controlled. We don't want this to be parented to that, because then that'll break our connection. So we want to grab our controller, shift grab the child. So if you parent, you grab the child, shift grab the parent. When you're doing controls, you grab the parent, shift grab the child, and go constrain. And we're going to say orient, which I'm pretty sure is rotation, if I remember correctly. And I'm just going to say, oh shit, I should have probably zeroed it out. Are you zeroed out? No. Knowing myself, no. Freeze transform. Cool. Do that again. Shift, control, constrain, go to the orient, and we are going to maintain offset of add. Okay, cool. So now this should be, if I rotate this bad boy, that rotates with us. That gives us control of being able to rotate our head and look around. Things like that. Yeah? So that's what's going to handle that. And if we move this, that'll move with us, and then we can also like have control over being able to rotate our head. Alright. Edit, delete history, and save that. Actually, rename this guy first. We'll just say spine underscore controller underscore head. Done. Cool. Alright, now save. I'll catch you guys for the next part.